Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Creative Series, and I'm here on a different creative world today. This is my normal creative world, and it's pretty crazy. I'm just letting some of it load in here. You can see some of my past projects. There's the Iron Golem statue. This over here is the old haunted house from Red Cubed. Over there you can see Salacia and what I'm planning to do with that. Like I said, this is the haunted house. Over here you can see me planning out the old Red Cube brick buildings, which is pretty cool. So a lot of my architecture comes from this world, and I think it's worth showing you guys what's going on. So with this newest one building over here, and this is interesting. What is this for? Oh, this was for the haunted house as well. With this newest development over here, I'm trying to work out what I'm going to be doing on the RockHouse server, and this is a bit of a sneak peek, I suppose, for those of you who are interested. And basically, I've just got a bit of a steampunk look going on here, and as you can see, there's water everywhere. There's some bridges and some other buildings like that, and over here, I've got one of these classic big steampunk houses, but I think it's a little unique. I'm using acacia wood and birch wood, which is something I haven't really seen before, but I like it. I think it's a good style and it goes well with the blue, and I think it's gonna look good in a prairie. So that's the design I'm sort of going for here, and I grabbed this red just to see what it would look like if I had like some sort of balloon on here. Let's see. This is usually the design I use for like that sort of shape, is just a 3x3x4. Tends to look good. I don't know. Yeah, and then knock out some corners, I guess. But yeah, man, I've been listening to Radiohead, and I just like discovered them. They're awesome, by the way. Just saying. So yeah, that's just something goofy I was trying out there. But anyways, the point is, I'm going to try to be building one of these houses, one of these big old towers for the RockHouse server on the creative build today. And again, we'll do it in fast motion, but you'll get some of my train of thought. At least you'll understand how I start the building. And yeah, I think it'll be at least a little bit useful for you guys. So yeah, I think we should just go ahead and start it up. All right, so here we are in the creative world, and usually it should be it shouldn't rain, but I guess it's a little broken. I have this redstone thing that's supposed to make it daytime always and not rainy. But anyways, the first episode we did this medieval house, which is kind of similar style, but not quite. And then we did this weird Japanese kind of house. Still not sure whether or not I'm happy with this. I think it looks cool. It's interesting for sure. It's just unique, I suppose. And then over here we did this big ice castle building, which isn't actually finished. So today we're going to be building something else, which I guess I already gave the speech about it. So I don't need to say it again. But I'll grab my materials and then we can start. Alright guys, so here to start out, we're just going to grab our essential materials, and we're definitely going to want this, and I guess some windows too. So to start out, I guess we're going to want to go with an odd shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try by 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should work possibly. And let's just try building this up here. Because these houses always have extremely small bases, right? So now we're going to want to spread some supports here, like so. And these will hold up the pillars as this thing starts to get a little bigger here. And we might knock out the back, we'll see. Alright, so we got that done. And now let's think about what we want in the middle here. We could have just straight walls, or we could have some sunken back. Wood sometimes looks good, but it might not be enough. Let's just see. Let's just see how that looks. Yeah, that looks pretty good, and we can put some of those. And then, let's see. Let's do something like this. We need a half slab here, so let's grab that and put it there. Okay. Let's try going something like this. A big bar coming across here. Like that. Okay, so that looks okay, I think. Let's see. And we can, with this, we can find the middle. Maybe go out to here. My bad. We'll go to here. Okay. We go like this, and it's almost time to start our roof, so let's see. That's looking good so far. Make those equal. And let's pay a little bit of attention to the side here. I guess for this we can do a bit more support, possibly, and we'll mirror it on the other side. We can have something coming off of one of the sides, so let's stick with this side for now. We can extend that only to there. We can have, let's see, what could we have here? Something like this. No, that doesn't work. Something like this. Maybe put a kind of gargoyle looking thing here. Like that. So that'll cover up the orange. So we don't want any orange to show in this build because we're using a lot of grays, right? So we do have the wooden highlight there. So I think it's best to continue it in the back. And we'll once again put these. But now we want to bring it out up here. So let's see. Can we do that? Yeah, I think we can do that. And then we'll have a nice tall window here like this. And we'll continue up the acacia wood here. Just like that. We'll have some stone going across the top. I'm not liking this in the middle here, so maybe we can set it back by going like this and having, you know, a piece of something there and something there. Then we can do, let's see, let's grab our glass here and see what we can do with that. Ooh, that could look interesting. I'm not liking it right away. I don't know. I've never really done something like this. We'll see. We'll see in a second. So I guess because of this window here, this is kind of messing with me. You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to rip this out, right? And we're going to go with a smaller window here, like this tall, perhaps. And just do a typical one tall window like this. And then right over here, we can have coming out here, the roof begin, right? So you can go like this. And let's see, how do we want it to start? So it starts with the stairs, and then it'll come across here. We'll have it go like this, and we'll have the upside down stair there on each side. So then this is the part that I wanted to get on video before we move on to telling stories and all that other fun stuff. But actually, I don't want the roof to start there. I want it to start a little farther back. So perhaps we can do something like this. And and something like that, and then start it like here, right? That could work. Then we can do the upside down stair here, like that. Okay, so we got that so far, and then we go up another. I think we right away we can go up the one. So here's how I do the roofs. So they want to have an increasing slope as they go up, and on the sides and the bottom you always just use the normal stairs, and then for the rest of it you can use the birch wood. So if we come across here with some birch wood like this, and then so we just did a 1 and then a 1. I think we can do for another 1. So so this is a single. This is sort of like a 1 tall. So we can do another one of those, I think, before we get any steeper. So we'll do something like this, and then a stair, and stairs coming across here, and then a stair. Okay, perfect. Now we'll boot it up to 2. So this should go like that, and that will go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then planks coming across here. And we'll put some stairs down. Looks good. Okay, we still have room, so I guess we'll bump it up to 4 right away here. So we'll go like this. We'll do 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and then we'll have planks like this. And is that gonna put me at the middle almost? We got 1 more to meet. So actually, we'll do this and then a 4. So we'll do stairs here. And then for the next one, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth ones are stairs, of course, right? Isn't that right? 1, 2, yep. And then the first 3 blocks are solid, like this. And the last ones are all stairs. Okay, and then I'll do the same thing I just did on the other side real quick. Alright guys, so I finished doing this other side of the roof, and now what you can do is either use a full block or an upside down stair. I'm going to try an upside down stair here at first, and then depending on how your roof meets, since mine's odd, it's going to meet on a 1. You just cap it off like that. You may want to do something like this. Wait a minute. Something like that, maybe? Or let's see, how about something more along the lines of this? Yeah. Well, that looks nice. Let's try that. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks good. So let's do the same here. We'll put a full block, upside down stairs, a slab, a slab, a slab. Delete that, and a slab. Okay, yeah, so that's how you do the roof here. I'm gonna finish off just this side of the wall, and then we can finally get into the story. This might be a little bit of a shorter story, a little bit of a longer episode, depending. But first and foremost, I want to have a big window here to be cut off by a beam. And then let's see what we can do with this window. Let's try and shape it a little bit. We can have it like this, possibly with stairs like that. We'll grab some panes here and go underneath each one like that. I'm not liking that, so let's try extending it up 1. Alright guys, I took a look at what I did on another world, and I actually really like this solution. So I went up all the way up the side with the wood like this, and let's see, it goes like that. And then at the top here I did all cobblestone except for this piece, which looked like that. And then right here I did a dividing line, I think to signify the that ending. We could put more cobble right here and here, maybe even have it come out a block. Then let's see, do we want more birch here or no? Probably not. Well, I know what we can do. We can lower the beam 1 now. So we'll have 2 blocks of birch there. That's a nice highlight. We'll lower the beam so it goes across there. That looks good. Of course, in here we'll just put some of this good stuff like that. Okay. And we can even continue this going all the way up like there. We can have our quote-unquote gargoyles here, and then let's try splitting this, having 2 more beams, and then going up into the support here. Okay, that looks good. And up here we can just have a couple of highlight blocks like this. That's good. And now let's see if we can fit some windows into here, like that, like that. And then let's see, we'll have a highlight block here maybe. That's gonna look funky, I can tell you that much. Well, I can see part of the reason why is because we need this block here. It looks like a screaming guy with a mustache. Let's see. Maybe we can make this window go farther, so like this, 2 wide on each side. 2 wide on each side. It's gonna look even more like a screaming guy now. I'm not digging it. So let's take out this one. Try that. We'll have some stone bricks here, possibly. Could help alleviate it. And can always just do stuff like this. Doesn't have to be a window there. That's too dark for me. We could try. Well, I think it's about time to start with the story anyways. So hopefully I can figure something out for that, because I'm not quite happy with it. Possibly we could just go in one, like something like this, possibly. And that shadow, yeah, that extra shadow just gives it something. I don't know what, but it does. I don't know, I'll play with it, but time for the story. Alright guys, so for today's story, I decided to tell stories about field trips I've been on because I just went on a field trip today, so it's fresh in the mind. And yeah, I thought I could just talk about some of the things that have happened to me, especially in high school field trips, because I've gotten a reputation now for being notoriously bad on field trips. So I guess the story kind of starts with my science teacher, who, for those of you who have been watching for a while, might know that my Minecraft skin is actually based off of. In this video, I'm actually wearing a different Minecraft skin, but that's because I was doing a video with a dual get. It's actually quite funny if you want to go check it out on his channel. It was the Get ADG on Crack video. But anyhow, so yeah, this guy, this biology teacher I had, I was always pulling shenanigans in his class. I had so many detentions in that class, actually, because I was always pulling tricks on him and stuff. And one time we went on a field trip to, oh, where was it? Well, it was some science place. It was was it MIT? I don't think so, but it was some place like that. And there was like this one lab that we were doing where we were looking like under microscopes at things, and there was like a worksheet where you were filling out, and someone said that one of the oh man, this cracks me up. Someone said that one of the scientists had the answer sheet in his back pocket, and he was leaning over a microscope. And so I ever so slightly reached into his back pocket and took the piece of paper between my 2 fingers and pulled it out and grabbed it. Basically just pickpocketed the guy. Turns out it wasn't the answer sheet, so I just put it on the table beside him, and he was never the wiser. But it was extremely inappropriate, obviously, and a teacher caught me doing it, and I was like in so much trouble. I got a detention for that. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it was just kind of funny. The other big one was this other field trip we go on where we go to a local college and take this crazy test. It's actually really, really hard. It's a math thing. And you take this test, and basically there are awards and stuff if you do well on it. And it doesn't really mean anything. I don't understand like the point of it too well, but Anyways, it was a field trip, right? So obviously I signed up, and there was like free food and stuff. So I signed up for it, and we take the test, and it was, it was pretty hard, and actually really, really hard. Like, I didn't even answer probably half of them, probably a lot less, and a lot of that was guessing. So it was extremely challenging. And after that, we ate lunch, and then the teachers wanted us to attend. There were like 2 different seminars we could go to, I guess. And I was with 2 of my really good friends, and we just kind of wanted to walk around. It was a beautiful day. It was actually, that field trip was today as well, but this year I was banned from going on it. It was a beautiful day, and we like climbed some trees, excuse me, and we walked around, and we didn't end up going to one of the conferences. And it wasn't really made clear to us that we had to attend one. It was, the thing that was stressed was, as long as you meet back here at this time, then everything's good. Like, meet back with the group at this time. Very, very important for the award ceremony. So we did. We did do that. But we didn't go to one of the seminars, and apparently that was, we were supposed to. We didn't really understand that, I guess. Or if we did, we didn't really care. Or didn't think we would get in trouble, I guess. But it seemed like, honestly, I can say this honestly, it really didn't seem like we were supposed to be anywhere or anything. So we went to Dunkin' Donuts, we got a bite, and then we walked around outside. Beautiful day, like I said, and it was a blast. But then when we got back, the teachers were pissed. And then, so she doesn't, the teacher, that is, it's not even my teacher, it's another math teacher, doesn't do anything about it for a while. But then I'm taking the SATs, and I come out afterwards, this is like the next weekend or something, and she just starts yelling at me right after the SATs, right? So you're exhausted. You wake up on a Saturday morning, take like a 4-hour test. You're like, oh my God, just let me go home. And she's telling me how I'm such a bad kid, how I'm deceitful. She asked other people in the math department, and I'm like, and they said it sounds like something I would do, and like how that must be a judge of my character, and I'm just like an awful kid, an awful person, like all this stuff. And I was just like, Jesus, woman, like, holy crap. Enough. And so basically I just had my mom contact the administration, because she's good at that stuff. Because it's not like I'm afraid to do it. It's that they're not going to take a kid's word over the teacher's word, you know what I mean? And so, but they will believe my mom, because she ended up calling my mom, the teacher, and being just as rude. So contacted the administration, and it sort of, everything settled down. I didn't actually end up being in a lot of trouble for that, but I was banned from the field trip this year, which is pretty funny. But I went on a different one on the same day anyways, so that was everything worked out. But those are the 2 big field trip stories. Today we went and saw a play. It was really fun. I've been on a lot of other field trips, but nothing really crazy has ever happened. Had some fun times at the Boston Aquarium and stuff like that. Field trips like that. But like I said, I've never really gotten in trouble with any of them. But just because of those 2 field trips now, I'm like notorious amongst teachers for being bad on field trips. So bad news on field trips. So I'm just glad to be leaving the school so that that stigma is no longer attached to me. So I'm heading off to college. But yeah, I guess that's my story for today. It's a short one because this episode is ending up a little bit longer than usual. So I'm going to try and cut it here, and it shouldn't be longer than 30 minutes if I end it right now. So thanks for listening to the story, and let me know in the comments what you want to hear for next time, or what you want to see me build for next time. Thanks. All right, guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that story. We're pretty much finished with this build here. I'm just doing things on the outside now, and or on the inside rather. And usually in this series I don't do any interior decorating, but for some reason with this house I just wanted to smooth it out on the inside, and so I just decided to start doing that. And I figured I could talk to you guys a little bit while I did so. And it just, it can sort of show you how you can smooth out one of these houses once they're finished, because they look real messy on the inside when you're done with them. But here's the finished product. I'm very happy with how it came out. I like to try and do the steampunk style a little bit with a little bit of originality. A lot of them are really tall and spindly, but I like mine to almost have a little bit more structural integrity, perhaps like structural steampunk, I suppose. Because even though that kind of takes away from the fantasy aspect a little bit, the style is still there, but it's more grounded and more realistic. It's like steampunk realism or something. And I don't know, I just like the way it looks. It's just an original take on it. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with the way this house came out. So there's two main entrances. One is this cool little ramp here, which I thought looked very steampunk-esque. And another is this ladder over here. And ladders are very steampunky. And so if we come in here, you can see I just smoothed this out a little bit. And this part especially, I can just show you, when you have a lot of layers with something, it tends to start to look really, really messy. This is what it looks like underneath here. And all I sort of did was put a big layer of floor over everything. So obviously you would light this up, but if you do the same, it's pretty easy to smooth out one of these houses. And that's actually how I did the haunted house on the Red Cube server, and the medieval spawn house that I did on the Red Cube server. It's just sort of smoothing things out on the inside and making them work. So the inside always comes second, pretty much. This one's got these huge ceilings. I mean, I'm not going to mess with them, but you could do something like this to make them look a little bit nicer, obviously. I think I would probably seal this off as well, like this, something like that, and then put a floor in here that leads to this gable, because there is this gable here. Let's see. Get rid of that. Can we get rid of that? Almost. Let's see. Like that. How about? And yeah, now we can make it so that we can walk in here, actually. And can have it open up here. There we go. So just like that. So now there's a little bit of a tight hallway here, and you can see the gable and go up into here. I've got a ladder, you saw that, and this goes out to this little balcony here. You can double back, go up this ladder. There's a bed here. So lots of stuff, lots of stuff around here. It's going to be a long episode, I can tell. And you could put a ladder here somehow, maybe a second floor here, another story there. Wherever there's a window, really, you want there to be some floor. So probably there would be another floor here. And on that same level would be this, I think, would be on the same level. So there you go. We got, oh wait, well, no, it's not quite there, but you could just put a set of stairs across and then continue the floor like this. See? So there we go, and then that could lead up from here. We could put a floor right here, or simply take this and bring it up and then have this be walkable on, and that could lead up to here. So, you know, just sort of connect everything. It doesn't have to be super fluent, because the outside is what really is important, and you can make this work. Usually in these houses I don't set up base, but if you ever did want to set up base, you can make it work by just you know, putting ladders everywhere for ease of access and sort of living with it, I guess. It's a bit of a price you have to pay for designing from the outside in rather than the inside out. But I'm very happy with the way this build came out. It's one of my favorites here. Every episode I'm very happy with the way they come out. Looking back on the Japanese one, I don't like it as much as I first did when I built it. But that snow one looks really cool. It's a little plain, but it's a nice style, and I like that one as well. So this is probably my favorite one I've done so far, actually. And I think that's episode 4. So next episode I will put a world download in the description for you guys, and you guys can download the world and check these out for yourself. I'm just doing it every 5 episodes just out of laziness, because otherwise I'd have to be, you know, keeping up with it and doing a lot of maintenance on the world downloads. So but let's get a screenshot here, I suppose. So, you know, that's weird. My F1 key hasn't been working. I wonder if it got changed or something. Toggle full screen. Well, here's what you can do. Attack, destroy, set that to F1. Maybe it's just on my keyboard it's not working. That's really weird. Anyways, I'll figure that out later. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.